If you're looking for the best way to conceive fast with the help of other things such as eating healthy, living a healthy lifestyle, taking your supplements regularly, then these steps I'm about to explain to you will blow your mind. Now, before I start, let me remind you that pregnancy can only occur if the sperm goes to fertilize the egg, which means that for you to get pregnant naturally and fast and quick, you have to have sexual intercourse with your spouse, with your partner, for the sperm to be deposited in you, which will then travel to go and meet your egg and fertilize your egg. Now wait, don't go. I know someone is saying the old stories. You know that we have been doing that. I know you are trying. But this is what you don't know. If you are struggling to get pregnant and you do not know anything about your menstrual cycle, you don't even know how many cycle lengths you have, you don't know anything about your ovulation, you don't know when you ovulate, you are really missing out, because there is no way you are going to be able to track your fertile window. What is fertile window? Your fertile window is that number of days when you have the highest chances of getting pregnant. Yes, it's always between 5 to 9 days in a woman. Now, if you don't know all these things, your menstrual cycle, your ovulation day, then you cannot track your fertile window. So yes, you have been having intercourse with your spouse, you have been doing all these necessary things, but are you taking all these things into consideration? This is what I want to explain to you in this video. I'll be giving you step by step how you can easily and conveniently calculate your menstrual cycle, that is your cycle length, track your ovulation, which is your fertile window, and then how often should you have sex with your spouse around this period. If this resonates with you, stay true to the end as we dive into it. You're welcome back. Now, I have said that for you to achieve pregnancy fast and quick, yes, you are trying, you are doing everything necessary, but there are some things that you need to put in place. You know, when you are doing something regularly, you have to make some changes. Okay, I want to try again, let me change some things. Now, these are the things that you can make changes to. And when I mean changes, you have to start intentionally tracking these things. You don't just want to start having intercourse with your spouse as usual again. You want to intentionally, calculatively have intercourse with your spouse. Okay, now I mentioned something about fertile window, and I told you that the fertile window, your fertile window is that period of time in your body that you have the highest chances to conceive. Now, how do you track this fertile window? The first thing you need to do is to know your cycle length. Now, what is cycle length? Cycle length is the number of days in between your periods. Now, let me explain better. To calculate your cycle length, you will start counting. That is why all these things are good and important for women to always take good track of. The day you see your period, your menstruation, your blood, flow of blood, the first day you see it, start counting, note it down. Okay, now that is day one. Then you will take note of this day and count it till the day before the next period. Okay, now from the first day of your menstruation to the day before the next menstruation, that number of days is called your cycle length. Now, cycle length are usually between a normal cycle length must be between 21 days to 35 days. So if you have a cycle length of 21 days, you have that of 27, you have that of 30, you have that of 28, you are good and you're fine. It should be between 21 days to 35 days. Now, there is one thing I want you to get clear. The number of days that you menstruated is different from your cycle length. Don't make a mistake. Don't mix it up. Now, I said your cycle length is the days between your two periods. That is the day you started your menstruation to the day you receive the next menstruation. That's your cycle length. But your normal menstruation, that is the period of time that you saw blood, that your blood flowed before it stopped. That is what? Your period length. And that is always between 2 to 7 days. Some women will menstruate for 2 days, some for 3 days, but the average is 4 and 5 days. Some will see theirs for 4 days, some for 5 days. But if you are seeing yours for 7 days, you are still fine. That is the normal period. But what we need for this calculation is our cycle length. So I believe someone is able to calculate his or her cycle length right now. Now, once you are able to calculate your cycle length, which is the first step you should do, calculate your cycle length. The next step is track your ovulation. We are taking it step by step. We are done with our cycle length and we now know how to calculate our cycle length. The next thing we want to do is track your ovulation. Now, what is ovulation? In case you're a woman, you're a single lady, you're watching me, you don't know what ovulation is. Ovulation is the release of egg from your ovaries into your fallopian tube. In case you are confused, your body is going to release egg from your ovary to your fallopian tube. Now, remember I said for pregnancy to happen, the sperm must go swim to go and meet the egg. So for us to achieve pregnancy, we need an egg, and the sperm is also needed to go and meet the egg. So that period of time when your body has released a matured egg, yes, a matured egg, that period of time that your body has released a matured egg, waiting for something to come and fertilize it, for sperm to come and fertilize it, is your ovulation period. But right now, I know someone will be asking, how do I know when I'm ovulating? Please, I can't calculate. Yes, you can. That is where the cycle length comes in. That cycle length we calculated first, that is where it comes in. Now, to get your ovulation day, the day you are likely to ovulate, deduct 14 from the number of days that you got from your cycle length. Now, let's say you've calculated your cycle length, you counted your cycle length, and you got 27. Deduct 14 from 27. If your cycle length is 30, deduct 14 from 30. And if your cycle length, let us work with 28 because 28 is a perfect one. Now, deduct 14 from 28. You get what you get, 14. Now, take that 14 back to your cycle length. The 14th day of your cycle length is the likely day for you to what? Ovulate, for your body to release egg. I hope you get that calculation. If your cycle length is 30, deduct 30 from it. What do we get? 16. Now, take it back to your cycle length. The 16th day of your cycle length is the most likely day for your body to release egg. Now, if you are wondering why are we deducting 14? Why 14? Why not other number? 14, according to science, according to research, is called the luteal phase. Now, the luteal phase is the day from your ovulation period to your next period. You don't want to go into that so that we won't confuse things here. What we need is the fertile period, okay? Now, for you to get your ovulation, 14 out of the number of days you got from your cycle length is what? Most likely your ovulation date. I'm saying most likely because according to research, it is said that we are not sure and certain of that exact day that your body will release egg. You know, we have gotten a particular number. So what you now do is, for you to be sure of that period, what you now do is you do a plus and minus 2 to that number. Plus 2 to 14, that gives us what? 16. Minus 2, that gives us 12. So on your calendar, in your cycle length, start counting from 12th day, 13th day, 14th day, which is the exact day we got, 15th and 16th day. You see, those 5 days is what? The period of time that you are most fertile according to this calculation. So that is your what? Your fertile window. That is what we call your fertile window. Remember, I told you that this day happens to be between 5 and 9 days. Now, according to what I said, once you are able to get this calculation correctly, how do you now want to go about your intercourse, your sexual intercourse? You already know that period that you are most fertile. So let's go ahead and do the calculation on how you intentionally have an intercourse with your spouse this period of time. Now, scientifically, the sperm of a man stays in a woman's body 3 to 5 days. When you have intercourse with your spouse now, and the person releases, your spouse deposits sperm into your body, that sperm will stay in your body between the period of 3 to 5 days. After 5 days that you had that intercourse, the sperm will wear off. Get that? So what you want to do is, some days before that 12, before the beginning of your fertile period, you want to start having sex. Now, this is so that before your body release the egg out, the sperm is waiting. Are you getting it? The sperm is waiting for an egg to fertilize. Yes, that is what science explains to us. So once you are able to get your fertile period, you want to start having sex, let's say 2 days before your fertile window starts. And it is advisable that you have intercourse every 1 to 2 days. You don't want to do it all the time, because it is also believed scientifically that the best quality of sperm is gotten after a man has taken some break. If you're doing it constantly, the quality will reduce. Okay, but for you to get the best quality of sperm, you give it some time, okay, at interval. But just ensure that within that period of your fertile window, you are meeting with your spouse, and with the help of prayers and every other thing, it is going to work out. Now, if you are watching me, you are the type that you don't have time for all this stress. I can't calculate. I'm not a mathematics friend. I don't have time for all this calculation. Please just spare me the stress. If you are that type, I have another option for you. There are signs and there are symptoms your body gives when you're ovulating. And that is why in most of my videos, I always preach one thing: know your body, understand your body. That is it. Nobody knows you more than you yourself. You should know your body. When something is going on in your body, you should know. So one of the signs you should look out for, okay, one of the major signs you should look out for you to know in your body when you are ovulating. If you can't do all these calculations, you want to know when you're ovulating, just monitor your cervical mucus. Yes, that is your vaginal discharge. Okay, that period of the month when your discharge is, when you feel the discharge, you notice it is stretchy. It is stretchy, it is clear, like the consistency of an egg. That's of an egg white. Yes, egg white, not egg yolk. Like the consistency of egg white, it is stretchy and it is that thin. Then that is a good cervical mucus telling you that your body is ovulating at that period. If you are able to observe this and you are able to track this, that period is also your what? Your ovulation period, your fertile period. You can work with that. Then another thing you can do, if you can't do this calculation, is get ovulation predictor kits. We have so many of them. Go over the counter, just go to a pharmacy, ask them for predictor kits. If you don't know how to use it, ask them the procedure. In fact, some of them already have the steps by which you're going to use it to test your urine. This will also help you. If you can't go through the steps of all this calculation, just use the kit to keep testing your urine, and it will help you know that period of the month when you're ovulating. Then another thing you can do is to use some apps, some fertility apps. Like I know of Flow very well. In fact, if you are very conversant with social media, you will always see the ads for Flow. So I know Flow, I know Clue. You can use these fertility apps to track. They can help you and guide you in tracking your ovulation. Okay, now this is one thing you can do to achieve pregnancy fast. Now another thing you should do, very, very important, is to ensure that your husband's sperm quality is not compromised. Yes. In my previous video, I've talked about how you can achieve pregnancy with your diet, the foods you should avoid, your lifestyle. If you go and check those videos, in fact, you need to go and see those videos, watch them. I mentioned in one of the videos that you are not in this fertility journey alone. Both you and your spouse are into it. So as much as you're working on yourself, trying to be healthy, to produce quality eggs and all that, your husband should do likewise. If you're doing all these things, you're making effort, and your husband on the other hand is not helping, is smoking heavily, drinking heavily, is on drugs, man, all this calculation and all these things might not work out. It will only take the grace if all these habits will not affect your husband's sperm count. So what you need to do is you want to monitor the lifestyle. Your husband should quit smoking at this period, should quit heavy alcohol. If at all you want to take alcohol, you can't do without alcohol. Should limit it to the barest minimum. Should avoid drugs, and some other things that can affect the sperm quality. You should also work on yours. Definitely you're working on yourself. Your husband should also work on it. Now, after all this being done, another thing you want to take serious and be intentional about is your prenatal vitamin. The reason I want to emphasize on this, in fact, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing a video very soon about fertility supplements. So you want to stick around, you want to stay around, you want to subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell so you'll be able to know when that video comes up, okay? I want to emphasize more on this one because many people find it difficult to stick to the routine of taking drugs, especially supplements. But in this case, if you are in this category of women, you need to take your supplements regularly. You don't want to joke with it. Yes. So your prenatal supplements, your prenatal vitamin play a huge role. As you're trying to calculate your ovulation, as you're trying to work towards your health, living a healthy lifestyle and all these things, these supplements are going to do the major job of preparing your body. As you are expecting a baby, you should also do things that will prepare your body, your organs, your body systems. Are you getting me? The reproductive system, the digestive system, respiratory system, every systems of your body, your organs, they need to get prepared for the task. Are you getting me? And one of the things that helps you do this is your supplements, your prenatal vitamins. You don't want to joke with them. And of course, there is no prenatal vitamin that will not provide folic acid, because one of the essential ingredients of your prenatal vitamin is folic acid. I don't want to go into that details. I'll be discussing it in another video I'll be putting up, which is your fertility supplement. Okay, you want to take that also serious. And as I've always mentioned in my previous video, that prayer is key. Prayer is key. Prayer is key. Whatever your belief is, do not joke with prayer. I believe all these things we are talking about and we are preaching is all going to work with the help of prayer. Even if you say, oh, I don't want to stress myself again, I want to go for IVF, I want to go for surrogacy, whatever, it still boils down to prayer. Prayer is going to make all those processes work, okay? But after doing all these things, taking the steps and every other thing, and you discovered that these things are not working, this is the time for you to visit your hospital. Yes, if you have done that, you've seen your gynecologist, they placed you on medication, they've done series of tests on you, good, that is fine. But if you have not made that step, that both step, and you have tried as a couple for a period of 1 year, you've done everything necessary that I've mentioned here, and nothing is working out, then this is the time for you to see your healthcare provider, your specialist, because they will be running series of tests on you and your spouse to know where the problem is, to know where the issue is, and to know what to tackle and what to use. Okay, so that being said, I believe this video is going to help someone out there, and it is my heartfelt desire and prayer for you, if you're watching me, that come 9 months after this video, you are going to carry your own bundle of joy, your little angel. Thank you for staying through to the end of this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you are wrong. Yes, click the subscribe button because many more juicy content will be coming up. Give it a like and share it out to any woman you think needs to hear this, okay? Do not be selfish. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it out. Thank you all for staying through to the end of the video. So we'll meet again in another video. I love you all. Bye.